Now, could the top be in on silver and could the entire Santa rally be over? That is essentially what we're going to talk about in this video. I've been talking about this exact scenario for probably at least a couple of weeks on silver specifically, even on gold, on the S&P, on Bitcoin, literally everything. We saw our nice Santa rally. Silver went absolutely parabolic, 50% move in literally 30 days, topped out right here at about $73, which is exactly where I was telling people that it could top out at. And now we are receiving a subsequent rejection. I'm going to show you the upside targets, and then I'm going to show you the downside targets inside of this video. Now, don't get your panties in a bunch. Don't get all triggered, the keyboard warriors that want to come at me and say, hey, you know, I get it. I'm saying, you know, silver could go down. Here's the thing. The more that you see people get triggered when you say stuff like that, the more likely it is to happen. And I'm going to tell you why, because there's psychology behind that, okay? The psychology behind that is that if you are so triggered by a YouTube title or a YouTube thumbnail that forces you to comment on that video and talk about how terrible that is without watching the context or the content of the video, you are way too over-invested. You are way too over-leveraged. You are way too over-committed to a singular asset or a singular market, and you need to revisit that, right? And if there's a lot of people all doing this at the same time, the market psychology behind that, it's called max pain, is that when that sell-off starts coming and all of those people, the ones that are in the comment section saying, silver can never go down, silver can never go down. It's always, it's different. It's different this time. It's not different this time. Oh, things are leaving the COMEX at a rate, you know, that is unprecedented. 2% of the physical silver in COMEX left in the past month on a 50% uptrend. That means there's 50 months worth of silver still left. It's not different, okay? The technicals are still the technicals. I'm not saying that silver is guaranteed to go down. What I'm going to do is give you the technicals that say, hey, here, if we go down, here's where we could go. If we are going to continue upward, here's where that happens. So without further ado, let's get into the charts. And if you don't know who I am Drew Wolfer. I am a verified pro trader at verifiedinvesting.com, and I am a commodities expert. And I do have a documented 91% win rate that you can go and check out. That's just in 2025 alone. You can actually go and check this out on their website. You can check it out on my website. And I am obviously the founder of NORDIC Alpha, and I've been giving out all these, you know, ridiculous, redonkulous trades. Inside of that community is $29 a month. If you want to join, have at it. It will go up in 2026 because we have dozens of people joining every single day and week. And I would love to see you in there. Now, let's get into silver really quick. I'll kind of show you what's going on. And I'll show you what I've been talking about for the past couple of weeks. It's been, you know, really irritating people. Let's tell you what it is. Now, the one thing I do want to make sure that everybody knows, a significant portion of my net worth is invested in physical gold and silver, okay? So just know that. Look at these pivot points. Does a trajectory like this seem logically, just logic, no TA right this second, does a trajectory that is this upward seem like it can continue forever? Logically, to you, right? Okay, so I'll let you answer that question for yourself. I'm not going to give you my opinion, right? I'm just going to give you the technicals behind this, okay? Now, if we go to the monthly chart and we take what's called a trend-based Fibonacci, which a lot of times will tell you where the market is going to go, right? And if we draw it from the lows of the 70s to the high of the 70s, or technically 1980, to the lows that came after that in 91, it told you that the 1.0 fib right here at $44 was going to be a massive resistance. So what happened? We got our massive resistance, boom, big fall. Back tested it as resistance, boom, big fall. Now, what's it telling you on this one? Well, the 1.618 is the next level. As you can see, we got through it very similar to where we got through this 1.0 resistance. And what could potentially happen from here? Well, I mean, if we just, you know, look at this logically, what happened after this? If we draw it from the top, right? You had a 23% move on the very next month, which that would be January, okay? Then you had, from there, you had about a 77% move down until you reach the bottom. So let's see what a 22% move would be from the top here, because I don't think we're not getting a 77% move down. Okay, I did not show you that to like freak you out, make you think we're going to get a 77% move down. But $57 is about a 22% move down. Now, I'm going to give you some TA that shows you that that $57 is a really, really high likelihood of being a support that we could catch a bounce from. Now, where do we go from here? Well, potentially $93 after that, 108, okay? Now, let me show you a second fib. From the low right there at $11 to the next highs to the new lows that came. And again, what happened? We blasted through the 1.618, blasted through the 2.618. We have resistance at $85 at the 3.618. And if we get that 22% fade, it would take us down to about $57 to $59. Okay, that's your first level of support, obviously, is $67. Second level of support is going to be $59, and then ultimately $57 to $54. But we're going to get that back down to the daily chart so I can show you some real things, okay? Now, I want to show you these ranges, okay? Because essentially what these ranges are going to tell you is where are our supports, where are our resistances, okay? So if we zoom out just a little bit, and we're actually going to go to the weekly chart, I apologize. And we draw it from this low, this high to the new subsequent low. As you can see, we rejected from my secondary proprietary deviation zone. This is the second deviation zone. This is the first one, right? And once we fulfilled the entire range, we got a nice pullback, blasted through, and we've just gotten 8 straight months up, and I believe 6 straight weeks up right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 5 straight weeks. So $73 and about 50 cents was where I was saying, hey, we're going to run into some serious resistance here. And then now the next level of resistance is going to be about $75. Then you're going to have 80 bucks. So let's look at where our supports will be. Well, our first level of support right here, $59 to $62, okay? Let's look at some other stuff. Let's go down to the daily chart. I can show you this a little bit better. Okay, so this range is coming from this parabolic move up after we had a double top highs and then faded, right? Boom, all the way up here, and guess what we're doing? We are rejecting at the $73 range right in our secondary deviation zone. First level of support, $60 to $62. Second level of support, $54, but I truly think that 57 is going to be a huge level of support, okay? Now, the next one that I want you to look at is we got to go down to the 4-hour chart. And as you can see, we are rejecting from that second proprietary deviation zone from this nice parabolic move up from this previous all-time high to when we set a new all-time high. So from the low to the new all-time high, it's giving you your first deviation zone at $68 to $67, and then your second deviation zone, $71.50 to about $70 exactly. So if we lose this $70 range, 67 bucks, right? You lose that, $65, which is the previous all-time high where we had our bounce point, and then you have about $63 to $61 right here once you get back into that range. Then, if you lose that $60 range, coming down here to about $58 to about $57, okay? Let's look at another local range really quick. This one is from $61 to $50 or $67 when we got a new all-time high, caught a nice fade, and then broke out, nice upward trajectory, new all-time high, right? So as you can see, rejecting from the secondary deviation zone, first level of support, 70 bucks, second level, again, $67, third level, 65, and then 64, 62, and then 61, and then once we get outside of that range, right, once we blow back through this range, you're looking at 60 bucks and then $57 to our deviation zones. Wild stuff, huh? Now, if you look at this one, which is where we got our new all-time high, faded, went up, got another new all-time high, we just rejected from the secondary deviation zone, and we are getting caught up at the first deviation zone. Ultimate support, all the way down here, once you get outside of those deviation zones, the secondary deviation zone, 60 bucks. And then if we look at our really micro local trend, you're going to see $74 to $76 is going to be your resistance. Your support, ultimate level support, $64. You lose that, you're coming down to about 60, and you lose that, you're coming down to about 57. Okay? So those are our ranges that kind of show you exactly what is going on inside of the charts. Now, the other thing I want you to notice is at $67, you also have the value area high of this parabolic move up, right? What's under that? The point of control at 64, and then $59, which is where that ultimate level of support will be. And guess what? A lot of these are going to line up, right? So if you look from here, this low, right here, to the ultimate high, and you take that entire range, again, $67 almost, and then your point of control is all the way down here at $55.50, and then $57 to your value area low. A lot of things are pointing down to, you know, the $57 to even $54 range, as you can see, right? And why do we think the $54 range is going to be such a key level of support? That's because where you had a triple top, 1, 2, 3, and then you blasted through, it's going to be a massive level of support, $54, okay? So I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I kind of showed you, you know, where we could be potentially going, but I want to, like, if we were to pull back and if we were to go up, but I want to talk about what's the upside here. Like, say we do come back to $57. Silver's not over. We bounce at $57, we bounce at $54, even $50 to $51. Well, guess what? Our next level of resistance is going to be about 80 bucks, okay? And this is like high level of resistance that dates back the entirety of the silver chart, okay? Look at this thing, right? This is giving you your deviation zone all the way up here from $80 to $87. If we look at this parallel, again, from these lows to these lows, you drag it to the high. As you can see, you're outside of the first deviation zone. Where's your next level of resistance? $79 to about $85, right? Now let's look at some more local parallels, and we're going to go to the daily chart to look at this one. And as you can see, if you zoom out, this is a pretty decent parallel. Bottom, bottom, front ran the bottom a bunch of times, all the way to this top. Got caught up at that top, right? First deviation zone, second deviation zone, blasted through it. This is going to be your support. $56 to $57, right? Pretty crazy stuff. A lot of things lining up all at the same friggin' levels, man. It's pretty crazy. So again, where's your first level of support? 67 to 66 bucks right here. Second level of support, $64. Third level of support, 60 bucks. You lose that, you're coming back down into the trend channel, right? $57 to the middle of it, and then, you know, even further down, say you get down there, you know, way over here in you know, January and stuff like that, you're looking at $54 being your third level of support on that. This is on a very local time-framed parallel. Now, here's another thing. If you connect these lows to these lows to these lows to these lows, 4 touch points, right? And then you just drag it to the high, it showed you exactly where we were going to top out, which is a lot of the reason why I was saying, hey, $73 could be a near-term resistance where we catch a nice fade. Where's your next resistance after that? 75 bucks, and then almost $80, okay? So this isn't all to say, like, you know, silver's going to go down to, you know, to $20. No one is saying that, right? We aren't looking at this as, hey, this is a guaranteed we're going to go down and we're going to get killed and everybody's going to get smashed, right? We've gone parabolic. We've gone up 50% in 30 days. That is insane for any market. Those are Bitcoin numbers inside of a precious metal, okay? Now, my point. There needs to be, in a healthy market, a retrace, okay? I don't want it to retrace. I have physical silver. I want my silver to keep pumping. But what I'm saying is that I also want the market to be healthy to where we don't get a 50, 60% retrace once we hit $80 and we go back down to 40, you know? Like, we want decent profit taking on the way up, and we want to leg back down to, you know, maybe the $57 range, maybe even 54, right? And then guess what we do? Bang, baby, we pick the longs back up down there, and we keep riding it until the cows come home, right? Now, the other one thing I want to show you, market structure. Just really quickly, if you look at market structure right now, you have to break above and close a candle on the 12-hour, the 4-hour, and the 1-hour chart above 72, 79 to basically stay in this uptrend. But as soon as you break 68.75 with an hourly candle and you break 68.15, with a 4-hour candle, you're breaking market structure to the downside on the 1-hour and 4-hour chart. Then you have the 12-hour break of structure at $64.54. So again, that $68 range, $64 range, if you lose that, you're probably coming down here to about 57 bucks, where you get your 1-day market structure actual support, right? This is the one that could save the day right here. 1-day market structure shift to the downside. Well, if you don't get that and you bounce, this is where you're picking up longs and you're going and you're riding it to the moons of Jupiter, baby. So with that being said, hopefully everybody has a good Christmas tomorrow. Happy, or I guess Merry early Christmas, Merry Christmas Eve. And if you like content like this, obviously just, man, I only ask one thing. Give me a like. Obviously, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss these things ever again. And then boom, baby, bang on that notification bell. If you want the actual trades that are actionable and you want my analysis every single day, not just high level, I'm talking like thorough analysis and trade setups, get inside of the NORDIC Alpha private VIP trading room, where I give those out every single day, and it's $29 a month, you know, and maybe, I don't know, ask Santa for it for Christmas if you want to, and I will see you in the next video. Everybody have a wonderful day and have a wonderful holiday.